History isn't just about kings, queens, and epic battles. It's also about some truly unthinkable jobs that people actually had to do. Jobs so bizarre, so downright gross, that if you heard what they involved, you'd probably quit your job on the spot. Think you've got a tough gig now? Wait till you hear what passed for work hundreds of years ago. Ready? Let's dive into some of the weirdest careers history has tried to erase. Before pest control had logos on their vans, there were rat catchers. Armed with sticks, sacks, and zero training, these folks chased disease-ridden rats through medieval cities like it was a sport. Their job? Reduce the rat population. Their strategy? Mostly just vibes. They'd either catch the rats live, using bait, terriers, or just fast hands, or kill them on site and parade the corpses around to prove they were working. Fun fact, some rat catchers kept the best rats alive and bred them. Why? To release them again and get hired back later. That's not pest control. That's multi-level marketing with fur. Someone died, you didn't want their sins hanging around, right? So a poor local guy, the sin eater, would show up, eat some bread and ale off of the dead body, and magically absorb their sins. Why'd people do this? Because they thought it helped the dead pass into the afterlife squeaky clean. The church hated it. Local priests called sin eaters heretics, but they still kind of let it happen. Why? Because even priests didn't want to eat corpse toast. Imagine telling HR, yeah, I was late because I was absorbing a soul. We've all seen the outfit, long black cloak, creepy beaked mask, big do not approach energy. The plague doctor looked terrifying, and honestly, that was the point. It was less healthcare and more walk-in warning sign. The beak, stuffed with herbs, spices, or dried flowers. Medieval Febreze. Not because it helped, but because they thought bad smells caused disease. Spoiler alert, they didn't. But here's the kicker. Most plague doctors weren't trained. They were volunteers, desperate, or sometimes criminals promised a lighter sentence if they helped out. So yeah, they technically showed up for work, but you'd probably get fired for diagnosing bubonic plague with maybe drink more water? Ah yes, the groom of the stool, the most trusted man in the Tudor court, and also the one wiping the king's royal rear. His job? Attend to the monarch's bathroom needs. That included monitoring bowel movements, providing towels, and brace yourself, personally wiping when necessary. Perks, access to the king. Drawbacks, access to the king. When a young prince messed up, you couldn't punish him. He's royal. So instead, you punished his friend. Meet the whipping boy. His whole job was to get beaten when the prince misbehaved, in hopes the prince would feel bad about it. Spoiler, he didn't. In the 18th and 19th centuries, medicine was obsessed with bloodletting, so someone had to collect the tools of the trade, leeches. Enter the leech collector, usually older women who waded into bogs and let the leeches latch onto their legs. When they were full, you peeled them off and sold them to doctors. Need your funeral to look dramatic? Hire some professional mourners. These folks, usually women, were paid to cry loudly, throw themselves on the ground, and shout the deceased's name with Oscars-level flair. It was theater, it was grief, it was a gig economy with eyeliner. Finally, we have the Tosher, a 19th century sewer scavenger in London. They crawled through miles of sludge in search of dropped coins, jewelry, or anything remotely valuable. Yes, they were literally treasure hunting in poop. And sometimes they battle rats for it, like a Victorian episode of Fear Factor. Next time your job feels rough, just remember, at least you're not on medieval butt-wiping duty for a moody monarch who thinks constipation is a state secret. Want more weirdness from history's most questionable career fair? Smash that like button, subscribe, and tell us in the comments. Which job made you say, nope, I'll risk unemployment?